a week or so ago, Mike D, who is a writer on the show, almost every game you hear, Mike D has written it. He says, hey, I'm going to recommend everybody on the show a movie, and then if you don't like it, I'll serve the punishment. So he has a podcast called Movie Mike's Movie Podcast. And so why don't we just go down here? Who would you like to ask first, Mike, and get their review? Because if you don't give it 4 out of 5, he's done. He serves the punishment. So, Mike, who would you like to go with? Amy, you're first. Amy has been told to watch Always Be My Maybe. What was that about?
It was on Netflix, and it was about these people. They grew up together, a boy and a girl, and then they kind of had a thing right before they left for college, and then they grew up and went in their separate ways, and then it's about them getting back into each other's lives.
Okay.
I thought it was super cute. It was rated PG-13, which I watch PG-13 sometimes with my daughter. And so I was like, hey, come in my room. It'll be girl time. We'll watch this movie together. Don't watch it with your kids. There's definitely some moments where I'm so glad it was over her head and she didn't catch on. And I fast forwarded through a couple of scenes, but we liked it. I thought it was cute. We laughed. We enjoyed it. Maybe it's because I enjoyed time with her. So I'll give Mike the 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 what?
Chefs.
4 out of 5 chefs. Mike is still alive. All right. Eddie, you got The Outpost.
I did. This is stressful. Okay, so I like The Outpost. It was good. It's a movie about, it's a true story, which I love true stories. It's a war movie. I love war movies. And it's about a group of, this group in Afghanistan that were taking over an outpost. And it's in a bad place, surrounded by mountains, destined to be attacked. It's a suicide mission. That's what everyone said. Like, if you're scheduled to be there, you're not going to make it out. It's just the way it is. And this group of guys, really, they get attacked by thousands of Taliban, and they make it out somehow. That's the story. It's history.
Is that a spoiler?
I think it's history, right? I think it was a big story in CNN.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's...
It's like Lone Survivor. You know that he survives because
Right.
he wrote a book about it.
Right. So that's the story. Very emotional. Guys, not my favorite war movie.
What do you give it?
It's not my favorite war movie.
It's stressful. It was like
It's stressful, but it's not one that I kind of want to see again. I don't want to be the one to do this.
Hey, it's up to you, man. Do what you got to do.
I'm going to give it 3.5.
Wow, just like that, Mike has been rocked.
But I thought about it hard. I watched it and I said, it's fine. I mean, it's a great movie and all, but
3.5 what?
Talibans?
Interesting.
No, how about American Heroes?
Yeah,
Well, there's just a lot of them, so I'll just say
Who
that.
are you rooting for?
No, the Americans. What are you talking about?
Morgan, number 2, you had Chemical Hearts, which was the lowest rated of all the movies he recommended for people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he took a big chance with you here. What'd you do?
Okay, well, I mean, the movie was actually really sad. Very Fault in Our Stars type movie. I ended up crying a bit. Normally that would turn me off from a movie, but it was really good. It was about this couple going through grief and kind of becoming new people out of it. I have to give it 4 out of 5.
Okay,
It's a good movie.
okay. I tell you what, Mike, if you make it through the rest of them, you're still a winner.
Okay, good.
Okay?
Good. Thank you, Mouse.
Because I think Lunchbox is going to slam Mike for sure. I don't know, but if I know Lunchbox, he's going to slam Mike just for the sake of doing it. Raymundo, you had a movie called Extraction. What's that about, and what'd you rate it?
Chris Hemsworth, he goes over to Dubai. He's paid to get kidnapped kids back to their families. So it's a very simple plot line to follow. The problem is it's action. I don't ever watch action movies. And when I started it, it was 2 hours. But Netflix apparently has 15 minutes of credits at the very end. It was only an hour and 45 minutes. Why
are you telling the story like this?
That was a breakdown that we needed.
Yeah.
Because he's saying, don't be scared by the 2-hour mark. You got 15 minutes of credit.
I was blown away how fast the movie moved because it's nonstop action. I guess that's what you get from an action film. Chris Hemsworth was a man, and it motivates you to be a man. There was so much blood, so I'm going to give it 4.5 blood splats out of 5.
4.5. Wow. Okay. Lunchbox, you got a movie called Searching.
Yeah.
92% positive on Rotten Tomatoes. What was it
Oh,
about?
wow.
So it starts off, it's a family, a father, husband, and wife with their daughter. Mom dies of cancer right off the bat. So then it's about a father and daughter being a single parent and how involved are you with your relationship with your kid. And the daughter goes missing. Okay. And it is, the way it is shot is incredible because you're watching everything through a computer screen. So it's like you're watching news clips from the computer screen. You're watching the search bar as the dad's typing in whatever. Really awesome idea how they shot this movie. Really cool. And I asked my wife after, what do we give that? And we give it, I'm sorry, Mike, 4 stars.
Wow.
We give it 4.
You liked it, huh?
4 computer screens out of 5. Very entertaining movie.
Well, I was told to watch Honey Boy. I hated it. I'm going to be honest with you.
What is it about?
Honey Boy?
Yeah, it's
boy.
it's Shia LaBeouf's life story, which that part's interesting.
Okay.
Because he's playing his dad. And he's got a guy, it's based on him, and the guy is in rehab as him, but his name's like Tommy or something. I don't know. But it's his story. And then the kid, him, and regardless, is fine, is too slow. I give it 2.
Wow.
Yeah, even
that bad?
And Caitlin didn't like it either. And it got good reviews, but I think only because the snooty people review it.
Huh.
I didn't love it.
I love that I'm
You
not the
gave
only
it a
one.
2 out of what?
I gave it 2 male pattern baldnesses, because that's what his dad was, out of 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike.
I hated to be the one to
Mike!
drop the hammer on it. Mike, what do you think about that? Go ahead, have a moment.
Well, I stand by my picks. Sorry you didn't like that movie. I thought you would, but I'll go through with the punishment.
Which is, I forget.
Well, what we're going to do is, we originally had made an idea. We're going to vote on what sign he should hold out on the street next week.
But wasn't Cuties one of the ideas?
It was.
then?
I don't think enough people will get that, though.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
right.
Because it's funny to us because Lunchbox watched that movie and then listeners got mad at him.
But they could think the little oranges that
Yeah.
my kids eat.
So we'll decide what Mike will have to go on the street next week and hold up a sign, whatever we say, and be out there for 30 minutes holding it up on a street corner.
Sorry, Mike.
Sorry, Mike D. But check out Mike D's podcast, Movie Mike's Movie Podcast.
It's about